purposefully scheduling to create a high major challenge early in the season to kind of, I guess, jumpstart development in the month of November. How much is having a veteran team, guys like yourself, guys who played a lot of college basketball, how much does that help in being able to, kind of hit the ground running?
It helps a lot, especially with these first 5 or 6 games, like really quick turnarounds against like really good teams. So I feel like having those veterans is important just to let the rest of the team know that it's a long season and got to play at a high level night in and night out. So I feel like having a lot of vets really helps, especially during this time.
What makes Quinterly so good? I know you remember him from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
What challenges does he present you?
He's a 3-level scorer, and he can really create off the dribble and create for others. He's a really good player. But I mean, I'm excited to play against him again.
Nick, what did you see out of Ant Robinson's first college minutes on Monday?
It made me happy. He came off the bench, showed a lot of energy, and, showed some explosiveness. Me personally, I'm proud to see his development, and I mean the sky's the limit for him, so I'm excited.
Nick, you seem to take on, at least in this first game, an increased responsibility as an on-ball scorer.
Mm-hmm.
What's the development of making on-ball scoring a bigger part of your game been like over the offseason, and would you say you've felt comfortable so far putting that into live action?
Really just, in the summer, looking at, different numbers and stuff like that. I felt like I shot it okay last year from the 3. But just talking to Coach Gates, I realized, that role is going to increase. So it's really just the work in the summertime. He says I'm a little too unselfish sometimes, so really just looking back at film and realizing, I got to be more aggressive. So it's, whatever the game needs, but I know I definitely need to score this year for sure.
You all probably didn't see this, but I was in a position to see on Caleb Grill's first bucket of the season. I think Tamar Bates jumped about 3 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Half hour later, Bates dunked, Grill's trailing the play, pumping his fist. Is that indicative of kind of the chemistry that you all have developed quickly, even though it's a lot of new faces?
Yeah, most definitely. I would say just the amount of bonding we do starting in June really helps us. And one thing about this team, we're all excited for one another. Somebody may be off one night, but we're still happy because when the team wins, everybody wins. So those examples right there, that perfectly describes our team, and I'm excited to be on the same team as Tamar Bates and Caleb Grill for sure.
Nick, when you've got so many new guys on the team this year, what are the benefits of going into a big game, a big environment like this so early on in the schedule?
I would say the reps in practice. You can do a lot of good on good, 5-on-5. That helps. And then, just having different guys that can do different things. Because like I said, sometimes guys may have off nights and somebody else needs to step up. So I feel like we definitely have strength in numbers for sure.
How could it help their development by jumping into such a big game so early?
It kind of gives you a taste of, SEC play. Whether that's, a tough game on the road, or Arkansas coming here or something like that, or even playing in Nashville. I feel like that was kind of like the knock on us last year, the non-conferences, the week. That's what people thought. So it's kind of like a tournament game feel, and it can only go up from there.
Nick, speaking of chemistry, the offense you all run, the Princeton offense you all run, all the newcomers except I believe Jesus that we're not super familiar with. Was acclimating to that over the summer, was that difficult? And if not, how would you say they all looked in a new offensive system in the first game, like live action running it?
I feel like in the summertime it just takes time to really, let it marinate and for guys to really learn the offense. It's all about being comfortable. Like some of the guys, you're transferring from a different school with different systems, so you kind of like have to, let go of those old habits from your old coaches and stuff like that. But I feel like we put in a lot of reps. Coach Matt Klein does a lot of work with us in film and, really breaking it down for us. So I feel like as time goes on, they get better. But, like, even last year, if you look at some film, it was sometimes I was out there looking a little unsure about things. But it'll just come as the game goes on. But, you play in these high-level games, it gives you time to really work on your offense and stuff like that. So by the time conference play hits, I believe we all should, really be on the same page for sure.
One last question.
Nick, do you guys as players notice when you see a coach across the way, like a Penny Hardaway or a Jerry Stackhouse, that, you know, that's a former NBA All-Star level kind of guy, or do you, just the team's opposing coach like anyone else?
I'll say just teams opposing coach, if anything else. I mean, obviously, once you first see them, you know what I'm saying, you start thinking about, all they've done for the game and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's basketball, so we're trying to beat them at the end of the day. So.
All right, one last one, Chris.
Nick, no, yesterday was the start of signing day. What do you remember from your high school signing day?
Oh man, I was way back. But nah, I just remember my my grandma's aunts, grandparents was there. My sisters were able to make it, and most importantly, my mom and dad were there. It was just a good moment because as a kid, that's definitely was one of my goals, and a lot of people didn't think I could make it to Division I level, so it was just a great milestone. I still have the picture of me, my mom, and my dad from signing day, so that's always a good feeling. And anytime it comes up on my phone, I start smiling because definitely made it far in this game, so I'm thankful for that.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Appreciate y'all.